Hi, my name is David Saputo. I live in Walnut Creek, California, and about a year ago, I would say in July of 2008, I was walking on a bike trail out in downtown Walnut Creek, looking up towards Mount Diablo, maybe back to the open space a little bit behind it to the right. What I first noticed was they were somewhat of a gold color. There was orb shaped, and there was probably maybe 20 or 30 of them that seemed to be running around in packs of threes and kind of a lot of movement and stuff. And the weather at the time was kind of cloudy, and you could see they kind of caught my attention. I was looking at them, and after a few minutes of observation, a ship gradually started to appear as the weather kind of cleared up a little bit. And basically what I saw was a ship that it had like 5 corners to it that were kind of orb shaped, that were a gold, and in the center almost like a cowboy hat type shape that was black. And the ship was probably like half the size of a football field, and it was really hard to judge the distance on it, but it seemed like maybe it was a mile away. It's hard to explain how it was like that, but I couldn't really get a judgment on how close it was to me. But anyways, the object had these 5 points that were like a golden orb, and then you could see the black shape on it, and it kind of sat at an angle like this, and this went on it had all the other ones going around it back and forth, and they kind of disappear and they come back, but this went on for about 4 hours. And the thing that really struck me was this ship it's like out of the center section of it, there were a bunch of lights that were going like this that almost looked like a laser. It was really bizarre. I mean, they would get really big and then they would slow down, and I don't know if that's where it was generating its power from. I really can't explain what it was, honestly. But I witnessed this thing. I work graveyards, and I wasn't able to sleep, and that's what I was doing out on the trail. And it was probably from 2 o'clock in the morning until it got light that I witnessed this thing hovering with all these orbs going all over the place, all around it, and they would take off and come back. And about daylight time is when the thing finally started to take off, and it moved very gradually, very slowly up. It made no noise whatsoever, no wind, no nothing, but you could feel the energy around you, is how I would describe it. And it just, once it got light, it took off, went up, and slowly just disappeared. It never took off fast, never did anything. And when it disappeared, all the orbs that were around were gone too. And that's my story.
Hello, my name is Helen Gonzalez, and I'm from the Central Coast, California. I'm currently at the Bay Area UFO Expo 2009. I've come to this particular stand and want to explain or give you a little bit of information regarding my story. I am considered a contactee. I've had experiences from about the time of 4 years old, too many to explain in this short period of time that I have on tape. One of the most outstanding experiences happened in November of 1968 when me and my sisters and friends were loaded up in the car and we're on our way to the grocery store. We witnessed a very huge craft hovering over the houses about 50 feet off the ground. We all got out of the car, and incidentally there was also a car behind us, and the occupants of that car also got out. We started waving at the UFO, trying to get its attention. Oddly enough, we were also able to see inside the craft. There were 3 beings there at the edge of this craft. The object had lights going around that were alternating, also had a rail at the very edge. Again, we were able to see the beings that were inside. Perhaps the upper part of the UFO was transparent. But anyway, we were jumping up at this object, trying to get its attention. We did, and I froze. At that point, my friend was still jumping up and down, and the 3 occupants inside the vehicle, 2 of them moved back, and only one stayed at the edge and had fixed his.
Hi, I'm Carl Gassell from Bakersfield, California, and I'm very much like to share with you, if you haven't looked up in the sky lately. Every morning around 3, 4 in the morning, you see one of the starships. Okay, it's bigger than Venus, and sometimes it's gone for 4 or 5 weeks. Okay, and this is the Galactic Fleet Commander of the Galactic Federation, Hatan. Okay, and I've been in contact with him already a long time through Doris Aker, or Dharma. She's dead now. She died about 3 years ago. So I've been receiving, used to have the, anyway, I got 3 minutes, you said, right? Used to have the Phoenix report. You know, they don't have it anymore now. It's Contact, okay? Anyway, so, and I talked to him, and he changed his colors, okay? You gotta go look up to him, talk to him. He needs our support. He asked us to ask for help. He's not intervening unless we ask for help. Our president asked, he got on his knees. I don't agree with his philosophy, what he's doing right now, but he's under protection, okay? Obama is under protection by the Galactic Fleet Commander, okay? And Jesus Emmanuel, Asu Emmanuel is on the Starship, okay? They're waiting for the right time to intervene, because NASA is about to, not NASA, but whoever's in charge of NASA now, which is not the Civilian Space Agency anymore, okay? It's the big money now. They're going to want to pull off Project Bluebeam, okay? I know about this for 30 years. I'm sure Sloopy knows, okay? And they've been waiting for the right time to stage the second coming, okay? And now Hatan is warning us about all these things, and the scare, the flu trap. Don't have any of the children being immunized, okay? Because they have this doggone, it's a weaponized needle, okay? And it's going to kill everybody off that takes the flu shot, okay? The so-called swine flu shot. Anyway, I seen one in 1970 over the Santa Cruz Mountains, okay, as well, but a football size, very, very bright light, okay? With my family at the time, with my wife and children, about 9 o'clock, 9:30 at night, okay? Going over Los Gatos, coming up, you know, Highway 17 in Santa Cruz, where you, up on the summit, where you look down, you know, with the ocean, you know. Anyway, that's it? Thank you, okay.